The following is a presentation of Muddy River Sports.
It's so important, right? I mean, the last time we won our week one game was my freshman year. So starting out, if you win week one, you just have to go 500 the rest of the year, which obviously we want to be better than 500, but week one's just a major confidence booster. Carrollton's a great team, but we want to go out there and make a statement and just show the rest of the WIVC what we are.
Considering the impressive manner in which Brown County ended its 2024 campaign.
It was a great ending to our season, to go in and get a playoff win against Greenfield, play a great game for 3.5 quarters against a good KC football team.
Since KC Westfield, my brothers especially, talking to me about it, and I've been thinking about it every day, especially in the summer. Every weight lifted, I'm thinking about it. That's my motivation, especially in the summer, this first game.
And the machinery that carries over here on that Hornet roster, Brown County is indeed justified in its ambitions this fall. Much of that stems from a returning nucleus that was stingy enough to hold foes to less than 15 points per game on average last season.
We really feel like that defense has really stepped up at the end of the season. We're going to build off that again this year, and so far they're flying around and doing some really good things.
Yeah, we can be really good, especially on defense. We lost Tice and a few others, Drew, and a bunch of other good guys, but we have a lot of talent still here and a lot of leadership. I've been trying to step up, especially on the defensive side, leading, and I've been doing calls for 3 years, so nothing that I'm not used to, but just really got to step it up this year all around.
I don't think you replace those guys completely because of their experience and their level of play, but we've got some really good young guys who have those same type of skill sets that are going to do some really, really nice things. And we look at what Kanye brought energy-wise. We got a couple guys on our defensive line that look that same way. Tice is not going to be replaceable, but we've got some linebackers that have stepped up, and you're like, it's a plan B, for a kid like that, and they've got room to grow. So we really feel good about where we are, with the group that we have.
That starts with a pair of defensive foundation cornerstones in Cooper Adcox on the D-line and Trey Fullerton at linebacker.
Yeah, we feel like, with Trey and Cooper, we've got two of the best football players in 1A, on our team. And so they're great building blocks to go around. Trey's super physical. Cooper's just a big man that's going to do some really big things, and you do not want to get hit by him. So we've got those two nice pieces that we can build around, and the guys we got around are very athletic, full of energy, and it's going to be a lot of fun to watch them all come together.
Having him and a few other guys up there, really trustworthy of where I need to be. I don't have to, pursue faster than usual like I've had to the past couple of years. Instead, I have my team in front of me that I can trust and do my job on them.
A lot. And I know that if I mess up, I have a whole, we don't have to have one good player, I think, which is what we stride on. All of our defensive players are really good. And we have, especially this year, I think it'll be better because we have, just in our D-line, we have so much depth in it. We have, even in practice with the starters, we'll go 2 or 3 plays and then rotate out, and everybody's just as good. So I think that'll be a really big part in us for defense is our depth.
The real growth opportunities for BC here come on offense, where the Hornet run game is as versatile and deep as it has ever been.
I think this is probably the most challenging year because we have so many kids so close to each other. We looked at the line, Coach Grady and I, a line of guys at our 2-back, and there was 4 deep that we felt can run, and then we looked over at the other side, like maybe we can move somebody, and there was 5 deep over there, and then we looked at our fullbacks, and we're like, well, where are we going to move these kids? So, it's going to be hard for us to get them all on the field. It's a great luxury to have, but we're going to have to be very creative in trying to give these guys opportunities.
We just have a variety of guys that can do a variety of different things. So you got Trey, who's kind of your bruiser, and then you can put in a guy like a Tegan Hohenberry there who can make some guys miss, or a Matt Boylan, who's a fullback too, can make some guys miss. So, it just makes our job easier. It lets me carry out my fakes a little bit harder, just subbing those guys in and running in plays.
Yeah, especially in the scrimmage, we had a lot of guys that came in and did a great job coming in and just getting the 3 yards that we need every play. All of them are talented, experienced. I'm excited. We're probably going to throw a little bit of the ball this year, too, when they're coming up on me and our wings, which will be exciting to see.
In a bit of an ironic twist here, given Brown County's history of running the football, the pool of pass catchers seems to be a new program benchmark as well.
This is the biggest group. I feel like I'm a pretty tall guy, and when I go in that huddle with these tight ends, I'm looking up to guys. So, we've got some really big bodies that can do some really nice things. Blocking, they're going to be hard to defend if you got a cornerback against them. So we really like what that group's going to be able to do.
It makes me super pumped, right? I mean, they do a great job just making plays for me, right? They make my job easy. I just got to throw it up, give them a chance, and they'll do something with it.
And in kind, the offensive line is on paper at least as strong as any in the WIVC.
We knew from watching these guys as little kids, this senior class has got some really big kids. The junior class, those kids have started getting bigger, and we've got some really athletic kids in that sophomore class. So by far it's probably the biggest line I've coached here, since 2002. So we've got some really good potential there, but we still got a lot of work to do with them.
We had a little bit of issues with pulling wise, and so we couldn't do a whole lot there. But now we have that perfect mix of quickness, and we have size too, and like you said, all of our experience, everybody on the line right now has been there for at least 2 or 3 years, so I think we have a really good chance.
All of which here would seem to serve second-year quarterback starter Vince Little well in his continuing evolution.
I just love football. It's my favorite time of the year. And, there's an expectation to be great, right? I want to take this program to another level. That's kind of been my goal since I was a freshman. You saw it in 2010 and 2011, but I want to get back up to where those guys were and just, I want people to be scared whenever they see the Hornets on their schedule.
We kind of threw him into the fire a little bit, and he struggled, to start the season, and then he really got on a roll. And his confidence is huge. He's a really good football knowledge kid out there, great leadership, and his passing game has worked to improve in the off season too. So we feel like he's going to be a really nice piece for us going in, and just be able to help our offense really step it up a notch.
Like a lot of it's just like learning from experiences. Like once in our offense, a lot of the stuff's stayed the same for so long. So once you know it and once you've been through some stuff, it's going to make you better as a player. And our coaches do a great job really like developing us and just putting us in those situations at practice.
Muddy River Sports. Our home, our sports.